All right, you guys, so I'm still gonna have my glasses on for the next couple of videos until I can put my contacts back in. But anyway, happy holidays and welcome to Vlogmas. I swore after last year that I wasn't gonna do this again, but here we are. I can't lie and say that I'm not motivated by the extra YouTube revenue that comes with the holiday season. Just being transparent with you guys as always, but let's roll that intro and get right into this first day of Vlogmas. Hey guys, it's me, Kay, and you've arrived in my weird little corner of the internet. Welcome. If you're new here, I'm a part-time reseller mostly on eBay and Poshmark, and this is my yearly naughty or nice list. I did this last year during Vlogmas. It was a little bit later towards like the middle of the month of December, but we're doing it for the first video for this year in 2022. So basically what I'm gonna do is talk about 5 brands that are on my naughty list and 5 brands that are on my nice list. These are just brands that I often pick up, and some of them perform a little bit better than others. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to pick them up in the future. It just means that I'm a little bit more fussy about styles, conditions, and stuff like that when I see them out in the stores. Okay, so we're gonna start with the naughty list. And just to preface this, I picked 5 and 5, and I tried not to repeat stuff on the same list as last year. I wanted to do something a little bit different. There are 2 crossovers, however, they're on the opposite list than they were last year. So this just goes to show that, you know, things change. Brands can stop performing well or start performing well all of a sudden, and it's just an ever-changing thing when it comes to reselling. But hopefully this information somehow helps you. And yeah, I wanted to start the Vlogmas 2022 off with naughty and nice, so here we go. These are in no particular order, but the first one I have on my naughty list is one of the crossovers. So this is Everlane. Last year it was on my nice list. I am going to throw some stats at you. I didn't calculate ASP just because it's a little bit hard for me to do that with the way that I record my numbers for eBay, and then having to balance that with Poshmark. So what I'm going to share with you is how many I have sold in 2022, how many I've listed, and then I'm going to also give you the sell-through rate for these. Sell-through rate is the number of items sold in that particular brand. In this case, divided by the total number that you have purchased this year, and then you times that by 100 to get the percentage. So that's the calculation we're gonna be using. Anyway, back to Everlane. So I love this brand. It's one of my personal favorites because it is a sustainable company. I try to be very eco-conscious in my business as well as in my personal life, and so that really resonates with me. However, it just has not been doing great for me this year, unfortunately. The denim still does fairly well for me, so I will probably continue to pick up that, but any of the basics, t-shirts, I haven't been able to sell the 1 pair of shoes that I ever got from Everlane, which came in a thread-up shoebox actually. And I have this really nice, here comes the cat, hi Clove. I have this really nice cardigan from Everlane, and I do have it listed kind of high, to be fair, but it just isn't really getting as much interest as I hoped it would. So they are on my naughty list this year. I have sold 13 altogether in 2022, 9 on Poshmark, 4 on eBay. I have 11 currently listed for sale, and that gives us 54% sell-through rate. So it's not a terrible sell-through rate, to be honest, but I want it to be better, so I put them on my naughty list for this year. The next one on the naughty list is Prana. If you guys have been around my channel for a while, you know that I love to source activewear. It's the first section in any thrift store I go to besides the shoes. Those are the first 2 areas I hit up. I do well with it. I love it. I used to be, you know, a competitive bodybuilder. I used to go to the gym every day. I got certified as a personal trainer. It was a huge part of my life for a long time. So I know the brands. I know some more obscure brands that, you know, other people might not know. So if you like to sell activewear, consider subscribing because I can help you. Yeah, so it's one of the categories I really love to sell, but I have sold a total of 1 Prana item in 2022. It was on Poshmark, and I have 5 still listed for sale. So the sell-through rate is 16%. It's like 16.6, but rounding down, rounding whatever, it's 16%. Yeah, it's not great. Anyway, moving on to another activewear brand. This one has a high sell-through rate. It's 64%. It's Gymshark, but it's just the first half of the year I was selling a lot of Gymshark, which granted the beginning of the year is prime time for listing and selling activewear. If you didn't know, new year, new me. People have gained some weight over the holidays. I do it too. And then they want to lose it, so they start going to the gym again in January if they don't already, and so there is a big increase in the demand for activewear. I have sold 11 Gymshark items, 3 Poshmark and 8 on eBay, and I still have 6 listed. The problem with this one is that they're sitting for longer now and they're not selling for as much. I guess the demand for Gymshark is still not really there, even though I've talked to several of my friends who still go to the gym on a regular basis, and that's all they see people wear. So people are wearing it. I guess they're just not buying it anymore. I don't know, but yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in this one, but I mean, it could change. Maybe next year it'll be back on my nice list. Who knows? I mean, it's a year away. It could happen, but right now it's just not performing the best for me. The next one on my naughty list is the other crossover. So this was on my nice list last year and has since dropped down quite a bit. It's Squishmallows. So this is the only brand on here that isn't fashion related. If you didn't know, Squishmallows is a very popular, wildly popular actually, plush brand. They're really cute. My daughter had a bunch of them, but they just have not been moving for me. I was at the end of 2021 and, you know, a little bit earlier because I didn't start sourcing plush really until last year, but they were moving quick. They were on fire at this point last year. So it's kind of sad in a way, but I have sold 24 of them, 23 on eBay and 1 on Poshmark. I don't really list my Squishmallows much on Poshmark. I have a few of them over there, but mostly I just leave them on eBay. And I have 32 currently listed, so that's a lot sold and a lot still listed, and it gives us about 42.8% of a sell-through rate. But yeah, I'm still picking them up. When you see my next thrift haul, which will be tomorrow, I picked up a few. So I'm still grabbing them, but they're just not moving, and so I am in this kind of limbo where I have way too many and they're not moving out fast enough for me. So yeah, naughty list they go. And the last brand on my naughty list is Beta brand. I have sold 4 this year, 3 on Poshmark and 1 on eBay. A couple of them were recent within the last month, so in the month of November. I have 5 currently listed, which gives us 44.4%. But yeah, I feel like it's not desirable anymore. They do still sell. I mean, obviously, I don't find them that often. I have a couple coming up again in tomorrow's thrift haul. But I only picked those up because they're a size 2X. So I would say if you can find bigger sizes, to pick those up because they'll probably perform a little bit better. But I guess people are over the dress pant, yoga pant craze. That's, I think, what made Beta brand so popular is they came out with that style, the dress pant, yoga pant. They have a straight leg, a boot cut. I don't know if they have any other leg styles. I think those are the only 2 that I've ever sold, but people loved them. I could not keep them in my store last year when I first came across this brand and started selling it. So I don't know, maybe people have just moved on from that and they're into something else. People are, you know, back to work. So I figured maybe they would still do okay because people want to be comfortable when they're sitting in an office. I don't know what that's like anymore because I work from home, but I would assume that you'd want to be comfortable while you're sitting at a desk all day or whatever you're doing, but I guess I'm wrong, so naughty list for them too. And now on to the nice list. So I have mentioned this in quite a few videos, but ATHLETA has been my top performing brand of 2022. Past Lululemon, according to my Poshmark stats, Lululemon is number 2 for amount of pieces sold this year. So ATHLETA, I love you. I am picking it up almost all the time, unless it's super old. I am trying not to go past like late 2018. That goes the same for Madewell, because Madewell was on my, I think, naughty list last year, unfortunately, and they're still kind of there. I do pick up their jeans, but I didn't want, like I said earlier in the video, I didn't want to repeat stuff if they were on the same list. So Lululemon was on my nice list last year, and this year it's ATHLETA. I have sold 40 pieces between Poshmark and eBay, 19 on Posh and 21 on eBay, which is great. And I have 30 listed, so I have sold more than I have currently listed, which is even better. And that gives us a sell-through rate of 57%. Not super great. I have some others on this nice list that have performed quite a bit better, but the sheer volume of ATHLETA pieces that I have sold has been awesome. I'm super excited about that. As I talked about a little bit ago, I love selling activewear. The pants have been doing better than the tops, even like sweaters and bulkier items. For tops, the pants are still outperforming all of them. And I'm trying to focus more on the pants that have the style name right underneath ATHLETA. So like ATHLETA, and then it'll say Venice side stripe jogger. That's one of the ones I've sold in the last couple months. I remembered it. Or Brooklyn textured jogger. I'm looking for those, and if I see those, I'm picking them up. I don't even care if they're like $12, $15. I will still pick them up because they always sell for more than $40 for me as of right now, current times, you know, Q4 of 2022. So that's what I'm looking for. So I would recommend that you pick them up. Granted, your mileage may vary. That goes with anything. These things that I'm sharing with you might not do as well for you. They might do better for you. So it's kind of, you know, like 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. It's not the same for everyone, but for me specifically, love ATHLETA. I will continue to pick it up until the point, hopefully this never happens, but until the point that it stops performing well. Next on my nice list is Good American. I don't find this brand as often as I wish I did, but it does really well for me, especially so the jeans. I have sold 9 pieces this year, 6 on Poshmark and 3 on eBay. I only have 3 listed as of today, and none of them are jeans. One's a pair of leggings, the other's a pair of jogger like sweatpants, and the third one I think is it's an oversized t-shirt, and it's also new with tags, but it's been sitting for like 2 or 3 years at this point, and it's just not moving. So the jeans always go, and they always go fast. And so my sell-through rate for this brand right now is 75%, and I love that. That's the second highest percentage sell-through rate that I have on this list. Speaking of, the next one is the one that has the highest. It is Vuori, another activewear brand. Shocker. I had 2 on the naughty list and 2 on the nice list. I love this brand. I currently have none listed because everything that I have ever found has sold, and it always sells within 3 to 4 days. I have never had anything from this brand sit in my closets more than 5 days, and I love that. So not only does it always sell for me, but it always moves super quick. I have sold 5 this year. Unfortunately, I don't come across it too often. I'm hoping that will change in 2023 because that would be great for me. And since I have none listed, that's a 100% sell-through rate, and yay for that. Next, we have a shoe brand. It's the only brand that's really like specifically shoes on this list. Obviously Everlane and Beta Brand both make shoes. I'm pretty sure Good American also makes shoes, but anyway, this is Hoka One One. And I have only sold 2 this year, and both were on Poshmark, but both sold, I believe, over $55 if I'm not mistaken. So the ASP on them is high. And I have sold them in previous years, not in 2022. I have sold them in all types of conditions. I sold a pair of like Hoka boots. They were huge, a really big men's size. I got them from the bins. They were trashed. So dirty. They had rips, all kinds of stuff. I sold them for over $100 on Mercari, and they came from the bins. So I will almost always pick them up unless I have to do a lot of cleaning just to list them, because I don't like cleaning shoes. It takes way too much time for me. Being a part-time reseller and having a full-time job, being a mom, it's just too much for me. So I try to stay away from them if they're super dirty. Last week was actually the first and only time that I have ever found a pair of Hokas and did not take them home with me. I love selling them. They do really well. I have, like I said, sold only 2 this year, both on Poshmark, and I have 2 listed, which gives us 50% sell-through rate. I have sold a lot of pairs in the past, but I just haven't come across too many this year, sadly. I wish I found more of them, but yeah, I am happy with that brand, and people need running sneakers. I don't, because I don't run, but people need running sneakers, and they wear out really fast if you wear them a lot, and they get a lot of miles on them. So it's definitely something that is desirable and that people are looking for. This would go for On Cloud too. I didn't put them on this list because I have only found 2 pairs to date, and only 1 of them sold. The other pair I haven't even listed, to be honest, because they need a lot of work. But yeah, running sneakers in general, definitely look out for them. I know that some other brands do well also, like Brooks, Saucony, I think that's how you say it. But yeah, definitely look out for them in your thrift stores. And the last brand we're going to talk about today is SPANX. So most of you guys know this brand. It is a shapewear brand. It's very popular. I personally like to sell the jeans or the jeanish leggings versus just the regular leggings. Those do really well for me. I sold, I think it was last month or the month before, I sold a pair of flare jeans from SPANX, and they sold for $75. That was my list price, and they sold within a day, within 24 hours. I love that for me. I would love that for you guys too. I have sold 7 so far in 2022, 5 on Poshmark and 2 on eBay. Clove is licking herself over here next to me. Say hello. 5 on Posh, 2 on eBay, 7, and I have 5 currently listed. All but I think 1 are regular leggings, and I have 1 pair of the jeanish leggings, and that gives us 58.3% sell-through rate. Anyway, that is my 2022 naughty and nice list. Again, your mileage may vary. It might do better for you, might do worse for you. It all kind of depends. These are just what is either not working or working for me right now this year. And you know, like I said, it's probably going to change next year when I get around to maybe doing this video again, because maybe I will be a glutton for punishment for a 3rd year in a row and do vlogmas. But that's all I have to share with you guys today. I hope it was helpful for you in some way. If you enjoyed it at any point, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out here on YouTube to know what type of content you enjoy seeing from me. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here in my weird little family on the internet. Happy holidays, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys.